Hello, I am here with Matthew Waterhouse, who's famous for playing Adric in Doctor Who. Adric was replaced in Big Finish by Andrew Sachs at one point. Was that what convinced you to come back?
No. I've never actually heard that story. Where he's kind of a villain in a sort of...
Yeah, Boy That Time Forgot, I believe it's called.
No, that's not the reason. No, I just... changed my mind, really. I just decided, all right, I'll do it. Having not wanted to do it for a long time, I decided I wanted to do it. So I'd done another thing for it. I'd done some Dark Shadows for them earlier, which is what made me think maybe I should do it, because I really like the Dark Shadows stuff. So that's what made me think I'd never give Doctor Who.
You were a Doctor Who fan before you went into the show?
I was, yes. Yeah, it was ginormous.
Were you still a fan, as the Big Finishes were gone, like, of the show as it is now?
Oh yes, I mean it's a very different entity now, obviously, the 21st century version of it, but when I see it I enjoy it, yeah. I mean I think Peter Capaldi's great, and I certainly think it's a jolly way to pass an hour.
Has it been a bit weird trying to sort of basically do an impersonation of your younger self?
It is, yeah, I mean an actor in his 50s playing a teenager is a challenge, yes, I have to say. And one of the reasons I didn't want to do it before was because I thought I don't really want to play a teenager, it's ridiculous. But then I thought instead of feeling that way about it, I should actually treat it as a kind of challenge. So it's actually quite interesting. It's a sort of extreme form of character acting, where obviously you're playing somebody so completely different from you that makes it in some ways more interesting to do.
Did you have a lot of fan interactions while you were in the show? Did you like walk around and meet people?
Not really. There was conventions barely existed. I think they had one a year. In those days you weren't even paid for it. You just sort of went along to be nice, kind of thing.
It's changed a lot over the years. Like now it's become almost an industry.
Yes. The industry bit of it doesn't really appeal to me. I'm not a huge fan of ginormous industries. But
you've got your book, Blue Box Boy.
Yes.
How's that been going? What was that like writing that?
It was something I'd wanted to write for a long time, and just finally got around to writing it, and it took a long time, but it was a very enjoyable experience. You had to, every day one would sit there for some hours and try and make an interesting, lively paragraph and fix it all together and everything. I'd already written a novel by then, so it wasn't the first thing I'd written, but it was a fascinating process and enjoyable. And
I feel you enjoy writing more than acting, or acting more, or the two different things?
No, they're very similar. To me, they're all one thing. It's all just it's all part of one's life as it's turned out. And I mean, as a writer, I'm very much an actor who writes in my books, because there are audio versions of the books as well. So it links to acting. They're in some way, because you think about character all the time when you write and when you act. In a weird way, it's all like one thing. It doesn't feel like one day I'm doing acting and then I'm writing. It all feels like one sort of creative act, for want of a less pretentious.
I suppose with acting you're playing one character, whereas with writing a novel you're essentially playing lots of different characters.
Well, yes. And I actually love doing audio books, like I did some couple of Doctor Who audio books, and I love doing them because you get to play with the characters. There's nothing more fun than playing all the characters and getting to show off. With a novel you're focusing on a series of characters and the way they interact with each other and how they come alive in each other's company.
Your character in Doctor Who is one of the few companions who's actually died, so you must have at the time thought, I'm never going to be in this show again. So when this opportunity came along, when Big Finish started, did it initially make you think, oh, maybe that's the thing?
They asked me to work with me right at the beginning. Right when it was a brand new company, they asked me to do it, and I said no because I didn't really want to play a teenager. And also, I don't think you can undo something like Earth. You don't want to undo it.
Yeah.
Because I think it's rubbish if you undo it. I mean, the whole point of these is somebody dies, they die. I don't like sort of suddenly discovering they're not. And when I was asked to, I didn't want to, but now I do, and it's great. And the material is so good. I mean, this box set, John Dorney and Johnny Morris wrote such good scripts, and it was like going home in a way. It was exactly like it was 30 years ago when the script arrived. It was exactly the same feeling when I was reading the scripts. And I've always liked Doctor Who, so it's a great deal of fun reading John's work and Johnny's work and actually thinking, oh, I like that scene, and this scene's really good, and I'll change that line. All this kind of thing. It's exactly like it was. It's fascinating amazing actually how all these years go by and you go back to doing Doctor Who and it's exactly the same as if you'd never left it.
Well, the audio adventures do sort of give you a lot more freedom. They sort of have more scope to them. You're not limited by, you know, budget of what the special effects can do. So I suppose that opens it up to more stories and more options, so they can go back.
Yes, and of course the audience is smaller, so you're not catering for a casual audience.
Yeah.
With the television, obviously, most of the audience is a casual audience that watch it because it's Saturday night and they haven't gone out yet. But whereas obviously the audios are very much for an audience that already knows the series really well and already likes it. So to that extent, you can be more experimental and adventurous with it in some ways because you aren't compelled to be mainstream all the time, which obviously the television programme has to be.
Well, thank you very much, Matthew. It's been a great pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Cheers.